20 times, guys, we finally did it. We are officially the deserved Premier League champions after absolutely obliterating the league, wrapping up the title with 4 games still left to play. And what a way to seal it. A 5-1 demolition job against Tottenham, which to be honest was a bit surprising given our record against Spurs this season. Across all competitions we have beaten them with an aggregate score of 15-4, just crazy when you think about it. Now, do you know what makes it even better? It is the fact that this game showed off everything that Arne Slot has implemented this season. All the little changes that helped us dominate. It felt like a mini summary of everything he got right. So let's use this game as a perfect chance to look back at what those tweaks were and how crucial they were for the way we marched towards the title. If you haven't already, make sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons, and let's dive straight into the video. As we always do, let's quickly skim over the starting lineup, which had absolutely no surprises. Alisson was between the posts, with Andrew Robertson, Virgil van Dijk, Ibrahima Konate, and Trent Alexander-Arnold forming the backline. Ryan Gravenberch anchored the midfield, supported by Dominik Szoboszlai and Alexis Mac Allister as the double eights. Up front we had Cody Gakpo on the left, Mo Salah on the right, and Luis Diaz leading the line. No surprises here at all, since this has clearly become Arne Slot's go-to lineup whenever possible. Now, some might have panicked when Spurs opened the scoring through Dominic Solanke, but we had no doubt in our minds that we were going to dismantle them. Even before we conceded that goal, you could see the hunger to wrap up the title written all over our players, especially when you paid attention to their off-the-ball movement. Let me show you exactly what I mean. See, it is a well-known fact that Spurs love to defend with a ridiculously high defensive line. Even when they are not pressing aggressively, they still push their last line of defense up to squeeze the spaces between the lines. Now, one of the best ways to tear apart that kind of defensive approach is to consistently attack the space behind the opposition's block with smart off-the-ball runs. And that is exactly what our players were doing right from the early stages of the game. Here you can see Gakpo attacking the space behind and receiving a long diagonal ball from Van Dijk, which created a really dangerous situation for us. In the second situation, you can see Mac Allister making a late run from deep, bursting through Spurs' defensive line to receive the ball in behind, which led to a 3-against-3 situation. And in the third example, it was Szoboszlai making the run, but this time he was not the one targeted. The diagonal ball was aimed towards Gakpo again. Why are we hyping up these runs? Well, first of all, it showed how hard every single player was willing to work even when they did not have the ball. This kind of work rate is something that Klopp originally instilled in the team, and it is something that Slot has taken to another level this season. These smart off-the-ball runs also helped us pin Spurs back, because they started to hesitate when it came to pressing us high. And by forcing them deeper, we were able to sustain pressure and start creating chances. So now, let us guide you through how we managed to grab the equalizer. The sequence that led to our first goal started with Robertson making an off-the-ball run into the left half space. This was done to isolate Gakpo and give him a few extra seconds of space to receive the diagonal ball from Van Dijk. From there, Gakpo, who has mainly been playing as a left winger this season rather than a number 9 like last year, was able to cut inside and create danger with his stronger foot. This is another area where Slot has really maximized Gakpo's strengths. Now, in this specific play, Gakpo's cross was anticipated by Spurs, but thankfully we have a counter-pressing machine in Mac Allister, who was right there at the perfect time and in the perfect space to recover the ball. From there we kept circulating the ball until it reached Konate, and this is where the magic really started. Salah pulled wide, Szoboszlai occupied the half space, and Trent stayed deep alongside Konate. In this setup, Spurs players could only react late to any of our movements. Their left back could not track Salah all the way out wide, and their left winger could not double up on him either, because that would leave Trent completely free in a dangerous position. And what happened next was even better. It was Konate who decided to take matters into his own hands by carrying the ball forward and finding Salah with a pass out wide. That pass, as always, was the trigger for Szoboszlai to make one of his trademark underlapping runs into the right half space. And that is exactly where Salah's creative flair really stood out for everyone to see, as he managed to play Dominic through with a lovely, perfectly weighted ball. Yeah, we have all heard it before. Salah is just an athlete who is tough on the eye, right? Well, we cannot keep listening to these shouts every time the Egyptian king stuns his opponents with a defense-splitting pass like this. Now, if you look back at everything we have talked about so far, you can see it clearly. A fullback attacking the half space to isolate the winger, Salah operating in his favourite wide areas, while Szoboszlai makes those underlapping runs. Trent staying deep most of the time to face the play. These are all patterns and favourable conditions that Arne Slot has built for his players throughout the campaign. It is exactly how he has been maximising one of the best players in the world, Salah, along with others like Szoboszlai, Gakpo and Diaz. But that is not all. Our second goal came from a high turnover, and it was Ryan Gravenberch who won the ball back using his imposing physicality and those long limbs of his. This is definitely something Slot has worked on with his countrymen, and it is one of the biggest reasons why the Gravenberch as a number 6 experiment has been such a success. The Dutchman's defensive numbers have skyrocketed under Slot's management. And of course, we cannot talk about our second goal without mentioning McAllister once again, who has been absolutely vital in these final weeks with his goals. Alexis scored an absolute worldie after Gravenberch's interception. A left-footed rocket from outside the area that gave us the lead, and from that moment on, it was clear that nothing was going to stop us from wrapping up the league. Gakpo then added the third goal of the game, and it was also his 16th goal contribution of the campaign. We have to raise our hands here at Panenka and admit we got it wrong when we suggested last summer that, in a perfect world, the club might look to make some profit by selling Gakpo. We just did not see the way Slot would use him, and it turns out he has played a crucial role in our title march. At 3-1 by half-time, the party was only just getting started, because in the second half, a tactic that we have seen over and over again this season helped us score the fourth. Let us show you exactly what happened. Our fourth goal sequence starts right here, with Spurs trying to have a go at our backline. Now, you might be wondering, how can we turn a situation like this into a goal? Well, if you have been following us throughout the season, you will remember that we posted a dedicated video explaining how our rest attack has been crucial for so many of the goals we have scored. We will keep it short this time. Rest attack is basically when a team is defending, but already thinking about the attack. It is all about how you position some of your offensive players even while you are under pressure. This season, Salah's high positioning, floating around the opponent's rest defense structure, had been one of the main reasons behind so many of our goals. And this moment was no different. Here you can see just how high Salah stayed, while the other 9 players dropped back and defended deep. Once Spurs lost possession, you can see how quickly Salah turned and sprinted into space. And yeah, good luck trying to win a one-on-one foot race with the Egyptian king. As soon as the transition happened, Salah separated himself from his marker to create enough space to receive the ball. And once he gets the ball in that space he loves, good luck trying to stop him from scoring. Again, this was something we saw over and over throughout the season. It is another example of how Arne Slot knew exactly how to maximize his best player and get the absolute best out of him. As for the 5th goal, well, it was just funny. Spurs were simply kind enough to gift it to us. And that's it, guys. What a way to wrap up the title, right? A dominant performance that showed everything Arne Slot has been building throughout the season. From smart off-ball runs, to calculated positioning, to Salah doing Salah things, it all came together perfectly. Honestly, it is hard not to feel excited about what the future holds under Slot. If this is only the beginning, just imagine what's coming next season. What was your favourite moment from the game? Was it Salah's magic pass, McAllister's screamer, or maybe Gakpo showing why patience with players can really pay off? Let us know in the comments because we love hearing your thoughts too. Also, make sure you hit the like button if you enjoyed the video and subscribe if you haven't already. We have a lot more content coming your way, including deep dives into how we dominated the league and what to expect in the summer window. See you in the next one, and as always, up the Reds!